I wanted to fucking dunk on Candace Owens so hard, but I was unable to yesterday when I saw the fucking Black Mermaid take that she had. So I'm just gonna say it in this stream instead because I didn't want to fucking quote tweet it and say it. Candace Owens complaining about a Black Mermaid is additionally hilarious, considering that, you know, they literally were like, we need a Black Tommy Lauren. Like, you would not have a job. What the fuck are you talking about? If it wasn't for the worst kind of energy on diverse representation being weaponized by Republicans. The only thing you offer that is like a little bit more unique is the fact that you will weaponize and use as a shield that you're Black and a woman. That's it. At least, like, you know, the Black Mermaid is funny. I mean, not funny, is cool, and will, I don't know, open up to some degree children, like Black kids that see themselves in the content that they're consuming. You know what I mean? Like, there's an overall good thing there. You know what I mean? They're providing some level of value. You are not providing anything. Let's move on to what really matters, okay? Black Mermaid and how fucking angry conservatives are over it, including everyone's favorite dickhead. Yeah, we'll look at the cute TikTok of you know, little Black girls reacting to Black Mermaid. There's a really funny one of a white girl too. The Whitney Houston one. If you have that one, I want to show that too. Anyway. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know how to say her name. Halle Bailey has been casted as and announced as Ariel in the upcoming live-action Little Mermaid movie. And people are fucking absolutely livid about it. They are not being normal, but when are they normal, really? But they are extra fucking insane about it, including Matt Walsh.
All right, Max Winter says, a Black actor playing the Little Mermaid really is a case of white erasure. All forms of art, including fairy tales, are meant...
White erasure. White erasure. Because they made a movie where, you know, Ariel is Black now. Scientifically speaking. What science is this? Race science? What are we talking about?
Meant to be reflections of the author's experiences and observations. Hans Christian Andersen probably based The Little Mermaid based on experiences he went through in his home country of Denmark. So it makes sense that most of his characters would be white, since that's the world and the people he was surrounded by. Yeah, I'm given the way that we deal with these sorts of issues, I'm sympathetic to that. Now, I would be fine, like we talked about yesterday. We don't have to rehash the entire thing, but if we all agreed that race in film...
Bitch, I don't see you complaining that Ariel's not speaking in Danish. What the fuck? There's a Jamaican patois speaking crab in there. What's up with that? That motherfucker ain't Danish either. What's up? You fine with the crab being Jamaican? But you're like, hey, Ariel Black? Nope, not happening. Unacceptable. Why is nobody speaking Danish, man? Also, yeah, there's a talking crab and a mermaid. Obviously, you know, just the entire principle is fucked up from top to bottom. You know what I mean? Like, there is, like, what are we doing? You're bent out of shape over a fucking mermaid, man. You said mermaid rights. So you really have no problem with the Little Mermaid being Black? Come on. Don't do this. Don't do this right now. It's not a good time to try and, like, fucking make some memes and, like, try to piss me off. I know that you're trying to do that. Stop. Patois crab is actually a traditional artisanal Danish stereotype.
Films and TV shows, especially fictional stories, don't matter. And we're going to take a kind of colorblind casting approach. And, you know, it doesn't matter as long as the actor is good. If we could all agree on that, then I'd be on board. And as I said, that's...
I'm pretty sure everyone agrees on that. Like literally no one is like, no. The underlying assumption there is only white actors and actresses are good. That's why he's saying that. Like that is literally what happened in this circumstance. You know what I mean? Except you're just pissed.
That's basically what it was for many years, what it was back in the 90s. But what I cannot...
Yeah, what it was back in the 90s, you know. Drama was already happening in 2019. Yeah, Disney Cable Channel defense casting black actors as new Little Mermaid. And people lost their shit back in 2019 as well. You want to know why it's still happening? Because motherfuckers are racist, okay? I'm sorry. Why? Why do I have to do this song and dance all the time when it's just true? Okay, if you do this, for example, if you do this, like this is the level of racism, dude. Credits to our memer, artificial intelligence scientist, 10 gazillion IQ. He fixed the Little Mermaid and turned the woke actor. Woke, by the way, classic substitute for black. It's so funny. Like, they're just openly saying it. Oh, it's political. It became political. Why? Because there's a black person. Woke actor. Why is she woke? What if she's problematic, bro? You don't know that. Anyway, woke actor into a ginger white girl. He says he can fix the movie when it comes out with 4X A6000 in 24 hours. It's over for woke cells. Yeah. Note for Twitter, this is purely for educational purposes. Please do not misinterpret this in a racist way. I love that. Yeah, don't. Why did you do this? If it's not, you said fix, bro. You used the word fix. You said you're fixing the whole movie like it was broken. Oh, man. I'm just amazed by high IQ friend who works with artificial intelligence and the stuff he can make and wanted to show people his field of study. What is he studying? His field of study is white supremacy? Like, what the fuck? Listen, we're not racist. We're just turning the black main character into a white character. Are you good with white Black Panther then? Dude, you understand how desperate you are, right? In this situation. Like, you don't come across as like, a 7 gorillion IQ 5D chess player when you say this. Like, black people get like one fucking movie and you're like, no, that needs to be white too. Okay, go ahead. Make white Black Panther, dude. Yeah, go ahead. No one's going to watch your dog shit ass movie. It's just like, it's fucking nuts. I know, I just wanted to see what you say. Man, shut the fuck up. You just think that like you're trapping me in some logical, in a logical attack. I just did a logic bomb on you. There is a difference between casting a black actor in a traditionally white role versus casting a white actor in a traditionally black role. Because they used to do the fucking casting of white people in traditionally black roles all the time. It's literally called blackface. Okay? And obviously, now when people do it, it's usually at the intersection of like low effort content, so it's like hard to defend on its own metrics of success. You know what I mean? Half the time they just do it because they're like, oh, this will get a lot of people outraged, and then people will go and watch it because our other people are outraged or whatever. It oftentimes doesn't stand on its own merits. Yes. Thank you for the word, chatters. I was trying to figure that out. Okay. Oh. Blackness is essential to the character of Black Panther. In no way is whiteness essential to the character of Little Mermaid. Exactly. Like, nothing changes in the Little Mermaid when you have the Little Mermaid be black. It's not white Little Mermaid. You know what I mean? It's just Little Mermaid, man. It's a made-up character. Same with fucking elves and shit. Part of the experience of Black Panther is you know, the history of black people. Wasn't The Little Mermaid originally an allegory for the author's homosexuality in the first place? Yeah, I mean, that too, but let's not even get into that part. Just make the crap Tom Hiddleston and we balance it out for the racists, I guess. You want to pull a Joe Biden vice presidency pick on the Barack Obama flick, dude? Is that what you're saying? Give him something. Give the racists something. You know what I mean? They'll be like, all right, at least the VP is like a racist guy. That's from the book based on the myth. The original was a Greek tale, I believe. I mean, the OG mermaids come from, I thought, Homer's Odyssey, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but like, it's the sirens. They're the fucking manatees that horny, as I talked about earlier this morning. It's the manatees that horny sailors mistook for fucking women, okay? Did I say Ömer? Okay. Homer. Fucking idiots. God damn it, I hate you so much when you correct the little, like, minor shit. Okay. Fuck. Sirens weren't fish women. They were bird women. Yes, I'm a giant fucking nerd. Anyway, listen. Mermaids and sirens are different. Sorry, mermaids, not sirens, would captivate people, right? And then sailors who were horny as fuck and mistook manatees for mermaids, and then would like sail the ship directly into the rocks and die. Right, was it sirens that did that? I thought it was the fucking manatees. That's harpies, no? Wasn't it manatees? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fucking made up! Fuck me. Holy shit. Manatees are a real animal? Yes, I know manatees aren't made up. But also, manatees are like gray, brown. You know what I mean? They're not like...
You know, whenever we talk about cultural appropriation, there's always some weird bitch talking about some, well, don't wear blonde hair, don't wear blue contacts, don't wear straight hair. You know who made y'all think that shit was cultural? Hitler, you Nazi ass bitch. You know how whenever we...
One of the earliest mermaid legends appeared in Syria around 1000 BC when the goddess Atargatis dove into a lake to take the form of a fish. As the gods there would not allow her to give up her great beauty, only her bottom half became a fish, and she kept her top half in human form.
I'm so sick of woke culture. Now they done turned Little Mermaid black. What the hell you gain out of making Little Mermaid black?
I think she's brown. She's a black girl.
I hate this. I hate seeing little black children happy. It makes me angry. Every time I see a little black girl happy, I'm thinking about a little white girl not happy. Except, guess what? They don't give a fuck either because they're little kids.
If you watch that video and you still don't get it, then you're a white supremacist piece of shit.
This guy was, you know, he definitely subverted my expectations, okay? The juxtaposition of this dude popping off like that, holy fuck.
You ain't shit and ain't never gonna be shit.
Anyway, there's no fucking way people are this upset about this movie. You can always tell who's white under here because how could you possibly argue that this isn't weird, Lamau? Yeah, that's that is a I don't fucking know, man. I don't know what to say about this story other than the fact that, like, you know, mermaids aren't real, okay? Calm the fuck down.
Not abide by is the double standard thing where we say, well, the casting, the race in casting matters only for certain races and not for others. No, we're not.
I wonder if, like, I don't know, centuries of slavery and the cultural implications of, like, justifying that white supremacist attitude have anything to do with, like, minor corrective behaviors have to do with that. That's why it's not a one-to-one comparison. That's why there is no N-word equivalent for white people. Okay? There are things in our culture that, you know, I'm sorry, white people, but there are things in our culture that, you know, only pertain to black people. And you know who created that shit? I mean, white people did. Okay? And now they're mad. Unless you're Twitch, of course. Twitch does think that there is a word for white people that is ban-worthy. Of course, I cannot say that word. Twitch literally was like, that's not your word. That ain't your word, boy. Hasan coming in here saying the white N-word. Hasan. Not with that name you don't. Holy fuck. Anyway, there's like a million gorillion fucking examples for the record. There is a million gorillion examples of like white people playing non-white roles all the fucking time. But you motherfuckers ain't popping off on that shit. Okay? I wonder why. I wonder why you don't give a fuck. Here, I want to show you.
You know what?
This.
You're right.
Here. This is a long ass fucking TikTok video. Okay, here it is. Here.
But you're right.
I mean, the video keeps going too, but this is just enough, I think, to drive the point home.
I mean, just imagine. Imagine if they cast Angelina Jolie as Afro-Latina woman Marion Pearl.
I gotta pee while this
Or
plays
if they
real
cast
quick.
white actor Jack Palance as Cuban Fidel Castro. Or if they got the white actor Ben Affleck to play the Mexican-American man Antonio J. Mendez. Or if they got the white actress Elizabeth Taylor to play the Egyptian Cleopatra. Or a white actor like Jim Sturgis playing Asian American Jeffrey Ma. Or if they got white actor Sean Connery to play Moroccan Malay Ahmed El Rassouni. Or if they put little white Shirley Temple in blackface as a slave child. Or they cast white actor Joseph Fiennes to play black man Michael Jackson. Or even if they got white actor Johnny Depp to play a Native American man. Or white Welsh actress Catherine Zeta-Jones to play Griselda Blanco. Or could you even imagine them putting white actress Katharine Hepburn in yellowface to play a Chinese farmer? I mean, we couldn't imagine white actress Jennifer Connelly playing a Salvadorian Alicia Nash, right? Or white actor John Wayne playing the Mongolian Genghis Khan? Or white actor Christian Bale playing the Egyptian Hebrew Moses? Or perhaps Marlon Brando as Emiliano Zapata? I mean, no one could ever imagine white actor Fred Astaire in blackface playing Billy Robinson, right? Or Juliette Binoche playing a Chilean Maria Segovia. Or white actress Scarlett Johansson playing Major Motoko Kusanagi in Ghost in the Shell. Or even imagine, if you will, white actor Jake Gyllenhaal playing the Prince of Persia. Or even Jaime Lannister cast as the Egyptian god Horus. America's sweetheart Emma Stone playing Alison Ing. British actor and hardest name to pronounce ever, Benedict Cumberbatch playing Khan. I mean, no one would ever cast a white actor to play Goku, right? I mean, there are cases like Mina Savari, who played Brandy Broski, who was based on an African-American woman, but
Sorry, this is a bad argument because those are bad and Ariel being black is not. Listen. A lot of these are literally real life black characters or brown characters, okay? Not all of them. That's why it's ridiculous. That's the main difference. For those of you, I have a lot of disdain for Disney adults. But I'm going to really enjoy this moment. Little Mermaid is not real. Okay? I'm sorry to report that Little Mermaid is not a real person. Little Mermaid being white or black plays no difference in the character development of Little Mermaid. That's right. Atlantis, also not real. Talking crab, literally not real. That's fake. That's not real, man. It wasn't even live action. It was drawn. You're going to hate this next thing that I'm going to tell you. Top of the hour is upon us. That is real.
At least they put her in cornrows, right? Or Kevin Spacey's part in Pay It Forward that's based on a black man named Reuben St. Clair. Nora from Warm Bodies, who's described in the book as half Ethiopian. Oscar-winning Sir Anthony.
The point is that conservatives don't care about any of this but lose their shit at Black Little Mermaid, which demonstrates none of their arguments around the science or history of mermaids, lol, are in any way serious. Yeah. So, or if you want nerd shit examples, yeah, I mean, we did see this already. Tibetan, white, Romani, white, African American. Wait till the right finds out Little Mermaid was written by a queer guy. Yeah. So, you know, this conversation only works if you're just a racist person. Straight up. And Matt Walsh is.
Not doing that. Also, by the way, with The Little Mermaid...
But why change it to a black girl is their question. And to make black girls happy is the answer. Or for politics, to divide and continue racism. Bro, what the fuck do you mean? I'm a normal person. I'm white. I see Black Little Mermaid. I don't immediately go, wow, that's fucking dividing our country. You want to know why? Because I'm a normal human and I wish that upon you, okay? Be fucking normal. That's just a self-report. Like, I personally don't give a shit. I don't think representative politics or diversity and representation is the end all be all in the way that like liberals try to present it as, right? They say, oh, we made progress. We made Little Mermaid black or whatever. Or, you know, we took Aunt Jemima off the bottle or some shit, okay? That's not like that's not genuine progress for the millions of black people that are born into underserved communities that have been deliberately kept down by our white supremacist systems, right? It's just so fucking dumb. But if you're losing your fucking mind, if you're absolutely losing your mind over Little Mermaid, a fictional character now being black in one live action form, I don't know what to tell you. You're not a serious person. You have horrible brain disease. Cover the strikes yet? Yeah, of course I covered the strikes, my man.
Can we also just mention that just from a scientific perspective, okay, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have someone with darker skin who lives deep in the ocean. I mean, if anything, I mean, not only should the Little Mermaid be pale, she should actually be translucent. If you look at deep sea creatures, they're like...
Okay, so translucent isn't white either, motherfucker. What do you mean? There is no scientific explanation for talking crabs, man. What the fuck are you saying, brother? What scientific explanation is there for fucking talking crabs?
Translucent. They have no kind of pigmentation whatsoever. And they're just like these horrifying, they look like skeletons floating around in the ocean. That's what the Little Mermaid should look like. She should be totally pale and skeletal, where you can see her skull through her face. And that would actually be a version of Little Mermaid that I would watch.
He's like, he said scientific explanation for a half woman, half fish, dude. That's crazy. He doesn't want her to be white, just not black. Yeah, just not black, dude, please. There was another one. Hold up. There was another one. Candace Owens had one. Have you guys seen that one? Candace Owens had a fucking take, too. She popped off big time. Of course. Like, there is the positive usage of diversity, right? In the form of like diversity and representation. That is for that is used to show little girls that someone that looks like them is also, in a Disney movie as the main character or whatever. Well, there's also the negative diversity and representation, which is Candace Owens. The entire point of Candace Owens' existence as a conservative mouthpiece. Okay, Hasan racist clipped. What is this? Thanks, man. This is going to be a really good clip. Thank you. Titled Hasan racist question mark. Seeing role models that look like yourself give you the belief that you can achieve the high levels of success and happiness for yourself. No one have the Candace Owens video? Yeah, also, there were black mermaids, man. It already existed. 30 years ago, there were black mermaids. I'm not hearing them say shit on a Middle Eastern man be white in the Bible. The character was whitewashed in all the movies. Yeah, I mean, stop posting fucking dumbass.
What do you think of the new Little Mermaid movie? It makes me chuckle. As you know, nothing can be as it was. It all must.
Bro.
What do you think of the new Little Mermaid movie? I actually was just informed about this. It makes me.
Man, I just heard about it and I'm so mad.
Chuckle. In case you are not aware of it, as you know, nothing can be as it was. It all must be undone and turned backwards and upside down because the progressives just hate everything about society. So we all watched Little Mermaid. And if you're like me, you probably thought, well, yay, finally the redheads get something, right? You know, they're the true minority that nobody talks about. The redheads. So we had Ariel, who had beautiful long red hair. And it was actually.
But she has red hair too. Wait, Black Ariel also has red hair.
One of my favorite movies. I was a big Disney child, Disney baby. Of course, nothing can be left as it is, and they are now producing a mermaid movie in which Ariel is black. Now, are there black people with red hair? Sure, yes. It's not common for black people to have.
It's not common for white people either.
Red hair.
You literally just said they're an underrepresented minority, which is not even true. They are represented pretty adequately in media, I would say. People love redheads.
Is in fact a Nordic trait, if you will, Irish, really, if you want to talk about specificities. But they're going to make her black because I'm
going to be honest. You want to know what's actually the most uncommon? Not black people with red hair. What's the most uncommon is a half person, half fish figure. As a matter of fact, it's so uncommon. It does not exist in the real world. That's really uncommon, Candace. It's crazy, man. It's fucking nuts. Doesn't even exist in the real world. Think about it. Conservatives literally turn into the most bat-chested consumers when they think some media has slighted them if it's not racist enough.
Everything must be black. That's the answer. Everything must be black. If it's not black, they can't produce it. If it's not black.
Yeah, famously, no like majority white casted movies exist anymore. I don't know if Candace Owens knows this, but like she's black. And black people do exist in society. So having that reflected in the culture and the art that we consume is probably not that crazy. I don't know. Now, of course, like I said already, I made this joke earlier, but, this is additionally strange coming from Black Tommy Lauren. There is like a million white, blonde, bimbified ladies out there that are repeating the same racist talking points So conservatives are like, we need, you know, a black woman to say the same shit so that she could constantly and consistently shield herself from the accusations of racism. We needed a black person to say the white supremacist stuff. So without that kind of diversity and representation, Candace would not have a job. She'd probably still be, you know, making anti-Trump websites or whatever the fuck she was doing before she realized that the pro-Trump grift is actually significantly better for her.
It then should be gay or lesbian. If it's not gay or lesbian, then it should be trans. If it's not gay or lesbian or trans or black, then it can't exist. So it's a mockery. And I, by the way, think that beyond that, the worst thing is being the actress in this. I am the only person, I can't be the only person, but I have to imagine that more Black Americans have to be upset with this pandering.
What? Bro, why the fuck? I mean, there is pandering that is like very obvious and fucking annoying. But why would people get mad at this? Like, why? Who cares? It's a fucking mermaid. Like, no, there is pandering when like Walmart, which is funding, you know, a new tank for the fucking local police force, turns around and goes, "Oh, Black Lives Matter. We love black people. Come on." Like, that's pandering, right? But like when Disney's like, "Yeah, we're gonna make Little Mermaid black," like that's not pandering. This is a casting decision that they made. Corporations always pander for money, but at least this is making little black girls happy. I just like, there's varying degrees of pandering within representation that is adequate, appropriate, conceivable versus over the top and ridiculous. And Little Mermaid, who's now black, is not anywhere near the pander line that is like ridiculous. Okay. Matt Walsh's take was we should have a white Black Panther. First of all, I already said it. Go ahead, make the racist ass white Black Panther movie, man. Do it. Yeah, there already is one. Okay, it's called Birth of a Nation. And it was quite impactful, okay? They did that already. You know, it was watched in the White House. I don't know if you know that. It'd also be pretty funny if they did that. Reaction that I wanted to watch. This is hilarious. I love this blind reaction video. This is the funniest one I've seen out of all the reactions I've seen to the Little Mermaid shit. She's so funny.
Was it just me, or was that with Whitney Houston?
Oh, bro, when the voice reveal comes, you're like, what the fuck? I did not expect that, dude. Also, that's the normal reaction from a little white girl. You know what I mean? They're not like crying. They're not fucking losing their minds because they haven't had like the racism baked into their fucking brains by their Matt Walsh watching parents. Kids don't give a shit unless their shit-stained parents make it so. Exactly. I gotta run this part again. Especially because her face is so funny. She's like...
Was it just me, or was that with Whitney Houston?
They already did White Black Panther, a what if issue. He was South African. Oh, God. He was doing the dog side eye the entire time. Yeah, it was cute. Anyway. That's exactly what the right is afraid of, that black people in media will gain the respect of their children before indoctrination is complete. Any chance we'll consider covering the results of the Swedish election? Yeah, Nazis are gaining prominence in Sweden, right? That's what you want me to cover? Yeah. As a little brown kid, seeing none of me in the media was really hard, and it made it to a point where I wanted to be white, but this little thing makes so many little black and brown girls feel so seen. It's so important. I love seeing the little girls seem so happy. It makes me happy. Dynamic Jab 13, thank you for the 25 big ones. Why do you get mad about things that don't exist like Valorante? Because that's competition. It's literally like getting mad at losing a basketball game. That's absolutely insanely different. It's like my input and there's feedback. Whereas this is just, you know, art. Yeah. Completely disconnected from my input. Key point here. Yeah. Feel like getting mad at a painting while having a black person as the focus? Yeah. I mean, and these motherfuckers would get mad at that too. So, I don't know what else to say about this issue other than the fact that, yeah, if you're mad, you're fucking insane. You should definitely not be. You should try to fix that. There's something wrong with your brain. If you get mad at this kind of thing, there's actually something wrong with your brain, and you should work on desperately and quickly, swiftly fixing that. Okay? Like, who gives a fuck? We had this conversation last week about black elves and shit. You know what I mean? People were like, wow, George R.R. Tolkien or J.R. Tolkien. Fuck, George R.R. Martin. I keep fucking this up. Tolkien implied that, like, elves are white. Okay. Like, who cares? I don't give a fuck. It's fake, man. It's fake. Not basically the same. Tolkien is entirely different. Great world building, great lore building, but obviously George R.R. Martin's work, Game of Thrones, is entirely different, especially as it pertains to how complex and how morally gray his characters are. And also how much his characters die, too. Like, Game of Thrones is unique as a work of art in comparison to Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is like clearly a war between good and evil, whereas Game of Thrones is not. Also incest. There's like hella incest, dude. So much incest in Game of Thrones. And I'm gonna be honest, there's not a lot in Lord of the Rings. Black Elf is the most elf-like of all the elves. The rest of the elves are meh. Dude, I will admit, there's something busted with all the fucking elves in Lord of the Rings, the new one, the Rings of Power or whatever. They all look so fucked up. Why do they all look so fucked up except for the black elf, who's like a Giga Chad and sexy? Am I the only one who saw that? I was looking at all the white elves, and they look so British, dude. They look too British. Okay? They look way too British, man. It's like, are you 14 or 45? I can't tell. It's very weird. There's something busted with them. They all look so inbred, dude. What the fuck? I think that's the point with the elves, though. We went from the Matrix guy and Orlando Bloom to a bunch of bugmen. Yeah, what the fuck? Orlando Bloom was like, I mean, Legolas is sexy, bro. Make the elves sexy. That's what I was mad about. If anything, like, make them sexy. Don't ever do that again. I think you're self-reporting now. Wait, no, I'm serious, dude. The main character is like kind of cute, but that's it. All the dude elves especially are busted, bro. There is something wrong with all the dude elves. All the white dude elves, dude, they all look so busted. I look at them and it's like, if you look at them from a different angle, there's just something off always. Am I crazy? I can't be alone in this, right? What do you mean? The Neil Patrick Harris elf looks good? No, they all look like Neil Patrick Harris. If Neil, Patrick, and Harris got together and inbred, dude. They literally all look like busted Neil Patrick Harris. Every single one of them. They're all like, they got like underbites. Their noses are busted. I don't know what is happening. They do just look kind of like, they all literally look like they just did this for a long time. I don't know if still images will show you what I mean. Rings of Power elves. You guys have any photos? I need to show you. Hasan straight up said Chad replacement theory. Yeah, someone needs to fucking talk about that. Even the real actors for the elves in the Rings of Power look like CGI. It's so weird. It's like a Snapchat filter. Yeah, no, they just hired too many British people. But remember what I said about British people? Where like British people are either super hot or just look so busted and nothing in between. They went with the busted British people. In the original works in Lord of the Rings, they went with the hot British people, right? Like British people that you see in media all the time. And then in this one, they went with the busted ones. So they just look so weird. Bro, the black elf is the sexiest dude on the show? Yeah, no. Outside of the black elf dude, who is hot as fuck, okay? All the other elves are like, they look purposely busted. They look like hobbits, bro. Liv Tyler is not British? Okay, she's British adjacent. She looks British enough. You mean like Eminem elf? Wait, no, I didn't see this one. This one doesn't even look as busted as the other ones. I'm talking about like all the ones that like get together and they're on the council and shit. They all look crazy, bro. They all look like they got something going on. Like, yeah, this is a great. Okay, this is good. Yeah, they all, with the exception of her, she looks kind of all right. So many of the elves just look so weird. The elves on the boat aren't even the worst looking ones, though. The ones that are on the council, they're the worst ones.